I got some advice for you. You better start stacking up those training points because starting next week and probably for the rest of the MUT season, you're going to be able to acquire limited time cards, very expensive cards, not by buying them, but by powering them up. Let's get into today's video. What's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another MUT 19 video. We're going to talk about the new limited time cards that came out today and how you don't have to spend your coin in order to get them, but how you can power them up starting next week. Now, if you follow Jake on Twitter, he tweeted out last night, and I think this is something that we kind of knew was going to happen coming into the MUT season, but we got specific details on it. He tweeted out, so you can see the purple arrows under the limited time stamp, which means he's a component piece that powers up a player. I will show you guys the cards, the Richard Sherman, Kareem Hunt that came out today. When these drop tomorrow, which is today, their power-ups will update as well. They will require the limited time card or a power-up pass, which isn't available yet, to get to a 92 overall. But then he goes on to say, in the next tweet, then in 1 week from the time they drop, we will add an or, like you may have noticed in the campaign power-ups I'm going to show you in a minute. We will add an or to it, to that tier, that also allows you to use team training. I don't know why I call it team training. Allows you to do training instead of needing that limited time card. So the words may sound a little confusing, but let me show you what I mean. So if you've played your campaign solos, you know you get one offensive player, one defensive player. I went with LaShawn McCoy on offense. I went with Telvin Smith on defense. I did not go with Zach Ertz, but I have Zach Ertz powered up to an 85. He got an 87 overall campaign player. You might think that, I picked LaShawn McCoy, there's no way I can get that other campaign card because it's a NAT card, it's not on the auction house. If you go to Zach Ertz power up, and again, you have to have him at 85 right now, you can do this, and this is the or that he was talking about. You can take the wild card Zach Ertz power up campaign. So that means you can power this card up to an 88 with two things. You can get that 87 overall campaign card, or you can spend 775 training. So what that means with limited time cards, and we're going to cancel out of this because I'm not going to spend that training on it, but what that means is with the limited time cards that came out today, the Richard Sherman and the Kareem Hunt, 1 week from now, you're going to be able to power those up without actually having to buy the limited cards. And if we go over to the auction house, you're going to see that these things are very expensive. Let's go sort by halfback here. We'll just go 91 overall. And Kareem Hunt, I feel like I may have been calling him by the wrong name this entire video. Kareem Hunt, 655, 695, almost a mil. These cards are very expensive. Now, my hopes is that we're going to get one of these each and every Thursday, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that's probably going to happen. And then we're going to go take a look at Richard Sherman. So, if we get these cards every Thursday, they're likely going to be power-up cards as well, which is cool. So you see Sherman 680 is the cheapest one. A week from today, if you have the Core Elite, either Kareem Hunt or the Core Elite Richard Sherman powered up, so you can't just take like the 68 overall power up, you have to have had him powered up to his highest point at this point. What you're going to be able to do is either, if you have this limited time card, you will be able to power that card up to a 92. And remember, you can always refund it, get it back, and sell it once you get bored of it. Or there will be some type of training points amount, similar to Zach Ertz with the 775 training points. There's going to be some amount, we don't know what that amount is yet, but we know that there's going to be some amount that will allow you to power that card up to a 92 without needing this limited edition. So how many training points will it be? I'm really not sure. How will the market react as far as training points go? I'm also unsure of that, but what I can tell you is that I'm going to start stacking power-up points. I'm sorry, not power-up points, training points. And one of the things that I really have been doing is flashback cards. I know Savage made a video on this. Lamar Miller has been my go-to guy so far. So if we go to flashbacks, halfback, I got the one that you saw at the beginning of the video. I got that for like 65K. If you can get this really 75K and under, even these ones right now are good money. if you can get any one of these for about 70K and cheaper, and I think the market's going to be a little up and down because of these new cards and all the new packs that are being opened, but just buy these. I'm telling you, man, like, you get a lot of training points. I don't know if when these, and let's see, this is another good one. Any 87 and up, basically, for that price range, like Merciless, Eifert, these are good prices to buy and quit. You know, I'm going to buy another one just because. I don't know how the market's going to react once these sets come out, because training points are going to become even more valuable. But I mean, for 140K, I just got about 1.5K training. So for about 100, what is it? We got 70 and 70, yeah. So, and I'm rounding up. So for 140,000 coins, I basically got 15,000 training points. Say that Richard Sherman requires 15,000 training points to boost it. It cost me 140K for that, rather than paying 600K for the limited time card, or 600K for Kareem Hunt. So even at like maybe 2,200 training points, it's still going to be cheaper than buying the actual card. So stack those training points. They're going to play an even bigger role once we start getting these power-ups on limited time cards. It's going to save you. You have to wait a week, but trust me, it's worth it. I hope you guys found this video helpful and informative. We're going to probably try to drop some videos on how to acquire training points and what are the best cards. I know there's a lot of other videos out there as well, but we'll try to find our own methods and schemes. But I do thank you guys for watching. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace!